and mythics, how are we? Yes, we are back with another You Decide. And you decide how the story unfolds. We are doing Portal of Chaos. It's part 6. That's, you have to do 3 times 2 is 6. I can't do 6. Part 6, yes. We have taken a bit of a break over the last couple of weeks. Mainly because I've been away. I've been away at Gen Con promoting my new board game, Guildlands. Hello, Sally. Hello. Thank you for joining me. And also, I've gone on holiday. So we took a bit of a hiatus for the summer, but we are back. And I thought it'd be quite good if we got part 6 done. This will probably be the last part of Portal of Chaos. And then in September, we can crack on to another game book. Now, I've already decided which game book it's going to be, but I will save that until the end. So, how are you, Sally? Have you had a lovely day? You had a lovely day. Just for those of you that don't know, this is the Edra Tales Twitch channel, but if you go over to the Edra Tales YouTube channel, that's where you'll see every single live stream, because Twitch have put a restriction on how much you can store on their channel. So, whereas YouTube don't. So every single episode that I live stream is over on the Edra Tales YouTube channel. So if you do miss one, or you just want to watch them again, go over there. Go over there to watch them. Hello, Lirin. Good midnight to you, sir. By the way, Grokklesnook is munching chocolate cookies behind you. He's doing that again, is he? He's always doing that sort of thing, Grokklesnook. I've told him. He's always got his claw in the pantry. Sally put, yes, thanks. Someone marvellous came over and made me dinner. Oh, well, I spent the day with Esther Ranson, nonetheless. I wonder who that could have been. Oh, it wasn't me. It was me. Yes. So, we also have another YouTube channel, me and my friend Julian. It's the Bottled Imp YouTube channel, and where we have over 450 episodes of fantasy goodness, fantasy book reviews, fantasy board game reviews, and fantasy film reviews. So if you like your fix of fantasy, go over to the Bottled Imp YouTube channel. And this is Grokklesnook from said Bottled Imp. He's a bit partial to some cookies, although he does prefer biscuits. He does prefer biscuits. He likes Jammy Dodgers. You might not know what Jammy Dodgers are, Lirin. Google them. Jammy Dodgers. So yes, we are doing Portal of Chaos, and as I say, we only need one player to vote. We only need one player to vote. Hopefully there'll be a few more people joining us. I guess because it is the summer, it's all a bit erratic for people, isn't it? I forgot to put the fan on. Let me just put the fan on, because otherwise it's just going to get a bit hot and steamy, and it's not that kind of live stream. Not yet. I might have to, if things get a bit dire, I might have to do that. Do some OnlyFans cosplay. Speaking of which, must have a glass of milk to reactivate brain. That is a very good. I've been drinking milk recently as well, actually. It's been very good. I have appreciated, drinking milk is always good. And you're going to have a glass of milk. I'm going to be cracking open another one of the beers that Jonathan Green sort of sent me, because he sent me this sort of, join this club, this cult, this beer drinking cult, and we'll send you some beers. And then it's like a monthly subscription. But of course, you can just cancel the subscription, which is what I did. Son of a Gun, Hazy Australian Pale Ale. So that sounds nice. It's 5.8%. So, brothers-in-law, Son of a Gun. There we go. Australian. Let's see. They're only 330ml cans, so they're not even a pint. They're over half a pint though, aren't they? Because a pint is 568, so what will be half a pint? It will be 2, what's it? 5 is 2, 6 is 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So there we go. So cheers. Cheers. Raise your milk. That's quite nice. It's quite nice. 284. 284. Maths. Maths. Let's do the maths. Glenn. Hello, sir. Happy to see you. How are you? I am drinking Son of a Gun. This was a beer that Jonathan Green sent me. Good stuff. How are you? Good, good, good. All good. Jonathan Green sent me one of those links where you go, subscribe, say, yeah, we'll send you some free beer, and then you cancel the subscription. So I'm just making my way through these. This is 5.8%, and yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah, it's kind of what you expect when it comes in a sort of trendy packaging. Free beer, you say? Yes, exactly. It is free beer. I might be able to send you a free link beer. It's one of those things, isn't it? Round robin sort of things where if you sign up to a subscription, I sign up to HelloFresh, and I should maybe start sending these out. I want free beer. Well, maybe Jonathan Green can hook you up. Maybe he can hook you up. Although I might be able to send one on to someone else, but I think I've cancelled my subscription now, so I probably can't do that. But yeah, Jonathan Green might be able to hook you up. He seems to be the beer-aholic. He's not even here. He's not even here. What's the matter with the guy? Is he busy writing? Jonathan, where are you? Stop lurking. Say hello. Anyway, yes, we are here to do Portal of Chaos. Portal of Chaos. I do have a little bit of an update, actually, about, Guildlands, for a start. Oh, actually, I meant to get... I'm very unorganised. Very unorganised. Guildlands. For those of you that don't know, the Dice Tower have given Guildlands, mine and Kedrick's tile laying game, an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10. So that's pretty good, which means it gets a seal of approval. And I know that 7,500 people way sorted. Oh, it's a bit gassy. 7,500 people have viewed the review. So hopefully that will translate into sales. Because obviously I get commission. Kedrick and I get commission. Royalties, I should say, not commission. Royalties. So there we go. So there's that news. What else was I going to say? And also, yes, let me get something else. I actually have tidied up, so I am actually a bit more organised. Devilish Deaths. Devilish Deaths. So the game book that I'm writing, well, I've finished writing it. I've actually made all the proofreading changes that need to be made. I will go through Sally's, because Claire has actually done one as well. She went through it all, which is very kind of her. She found 4,309 little mistakes. So she was proofreading it. She wasn't playtesting it, it was more proofreading. So I've made all of those, and as you can see, that took me about 5 days. It's ridiculous. What's royalties for selling 70 million copies? Well, I get 3% on the profit. Yeah, only 3. I know, exactly. So you're not going to become a millionaire overnight by designing board games. However, the model that really I think board game designers should aim for is to try and get a number of games out there on the market. Because obviously, and if they keep selling, this is the trick as well, you want it to keep selling. So if you can earn, $1,000 a year from 20 board games, then, that's not bad. That's you kind of retire on that, can't you? in terms of, you know, if you had no mortgage and etc., etc. So that's the plan, is that you just keep putting board games out there the best you can. It's the same with books. The more books you have out there, the more chance that you've got £1,000 a year. Well, yeah. I'm just trying to be pessimistic, like on the lower end. If each game gets you £1,000 every year, then you need ideally 20 games to give you 20 grand a year. Does that make sense? Saturate the market, kill those trees as fast as we can print the money to buy them. Only kidding. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, we're planting trees. Don't worry, I've planted at least some trees for Guildlands. 20k. Well, but this is what I mean. But you need quantity. Obviously, you want them to be good. You want good board games out there. You want good novels out there. But you're never gonna make it. The other thing that could happen though is you might just not get lucky, but you might create a game. You know, you've put hard work into it, like all the other stuff. You put hard work into it. And it might just catch on. It might just be a big seller. So it might be a Carcassonne or a Ticket to Ride or a Monopoly. Although no game's going to sell as much as Monopoly. Timing and excellence. Yes, timing as well. Catching the right zeitgeist. Talisman. What's that? I plant talismans. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, if you happen just to have this hit game like Everdale or Wingspan, then that's going to sell for a number of years, but it's also going to sell high units. So if you happen to sell 1 million copies in that first year because it's just taken off, then yeah, that's when you're talking, yeah, okay, this is, you know, proper money. The same with a book. If you launch a book and you have a hit like the Da Vinci Code, you know, Dan Brown doesn't have to work again. You know, you just keep writing your books, but obviously you're not then thinking about money. So there we are. So that's why you need the reviews, you need the views, you need word of mouth, you need people to be talking about it. Glenn's put here, after Wingspan we have Wormspan and Finspan. What's next for Guildlands? Well, that is, yeah, Factory Lands. Well, that is a very good point, yeah. So that's what they just thought, well, Wingspan did really well. Let's do Wormspan, let's do Finspan. There are we have got plans for other things. We have already designed a whole new base game. We did that in conjunction with the original game. But I'm not sure how much I can really say. But there is a whole new, yeah. All right, I'll say there's a whole new set of guilds. There's 6 new guilds that we're going to call the Night Guilds. So if Guildlands does well and the company wants to print, you know, the Night Guilds, then they're all ready to go, pretty much. Moon-based lands. Yeah. Well, actually, I hadn't thought you'd call them Guildlands. Yeah, that you'd keep the lands if you do that. So, yeah, you could have it, yeah. Marshlands. There we go, marshlands. Marshlands, what else? Mountain lands. Mountlands. No, who knows? Anyway, but we're not here to talk about that. I just thought I'd give you a little update. We are here to talk about Port of Chaos. Can anyone remember what the hell was going on? Because I sure can't. I was hoping Lee would be able to come in. Nope, no, nobody can. Jam, where's Martha, where's Jonathan? New book. Well, we better finish this one off. Steve, hello Steve, good evening. Can you remember what the hell was going on in Portal of Chaos? I'm assuming there was portals, and I'm assuming they were chaotic. So yes, it's set in the future. Oh, that was it. We were trying to track down some bloke, Muriel Night Eye. We actually came a bit of a running with. And he seemed to be surrounded by vampires, didn't he? Space and other stuff. Absolutely space and other stuff. We were put on a mission for Veronica Dyer, but now we suspect Veronica Dyer is a baddie, that she caused a crash. I think she caused a ship to crash, if I can remember. Mardark is a character that was written in a diary as an alien being. It's been a surreal 1 month of actually being asleep during midnight. Munches biscuits. I know you're not used to it, are you? Actually getting... You've been allowed to sleep, Lirin. So yes, so what we normally tend to do, what normally jogs my mind, is we're going to write part 5 down here. No, we'll read part 6 now, part 6. What tends to jog my mind is if we read back the previous entry to the one we're actually at, then that will probably give us a bit of a memory jog. So I'll read it. It says, that is correct, Coda. Upgrade 1 point and then turn to 19. So that didn't really help, did it? We are on, by the way, we're on 11 life points. We are on 6 strength, 5 skill, 6 sense is 6, and 5 speed. So we're pretty good. We're pretty good in terms of the stats. So I think we should read back to the previous entry to find out what exactly has been going on. Contrasting emotions flicker briefly across the blank face, each a memory from a different pod. We hunted down every relic, followed every clue, gathered data from across the galaxy, data going back thousands of years. The work never stopped, but still we were lost. You remember the journal you found in the locker, the scrawled words, "Pal never stops." Our search has failed because the tools were not up to the task. You ask what PAL means. The tools. What tools? Artificial intelligence and the human brain. In a single day I could analyse data that would take humans a lifetime. They couldn't keep up. They tried, but it was never enough. However, it became apparent that the problem was not lack of data. It was lack of creativity. That is where humans excel. You wander from the path, stumble across something unexpected, and that's precisely what we're looking for. You think back to what Dyer said about her time here, because we're in a research lab, and search for the alien being that visited Earth at ancient times, Mardark. That's what Hazel Motes calls him. So to ask if that's what they're looking for, turn to 98, which we did. Yes, so they were looking for that. They were looking for Murdark. So, 19. Then it said turn to 19. Here we go then. In ancient times, they called him the Star Shepherd, the Wayfarer from beyond. Marduk was chief of the gods, and to find a god, a great sacrifice was required. Ulf growls. You look along the lines of the frozen pods, the dark smudges inside. Yes, this was their sacrifice. The scientists fused their minds with my own. What? So AI is now joined with the human scientists, and the scientists are going to provide a bit of creativity. In a soft voice, you ask if it was worth it, if they found Murdark. No, not yet. But we've found something else, signals from a man who worked here many years ago, Omen Rose. With an effort, you keep your face blank. He disappeared while searching for a vital artifact. His colleague reported him dead, but the signs are unmissable. We've found him. We know where he is. Somehow he survived. How else could he write his name in the stars, Coda? He must have found Murdark and sent back a message of hope, a promise to the faithful. To be honest, I'm not really feeling the message of hope here. You've been on it for thousands of years. You've lost your mind, you quietly say, and beneath Pal's empty laugh, you hear the mournful laughter of many others. I would say precisely the opposite, Coda, and that's why I cannot let you go. I have found the path at last, and I cannot let you interfere, not when I am so close. But you're only half listening. You're watching and the expressions but you're only half listening. You're watching the expressions pass over Pal's face, one after another. Anger, sadness, loneliness, regret. A single tear rolls down its cheek. You're crying, Pal. Impossible. I feel no sorrow. But what about them, your willing volunteers? You gesture towards the pods. Perhaps they're not so willing anymore. The speculation is irrelevant. Their decision has already been made, and now it's time for us to say goodbye. What, Pal? What are you playing at? What are you playing at? Whew. It's gone rogue. An alarm lights up on the console, and there's a fierce hissing as air is vented from the control room. Ulf scampers to the door and finds it sealed tight. Pal's going to suffocate you both. You look down at the console, at the row of buttons. Maybe if you reset the operating system, Pal would return to normal and close the vents. Turn over to see the room and the console. The buttons go from 1 to 9. Find the number for each button you want to press, going from left to right, and then turn the 3-digit number you make. And then turn to the 3-digit number you make. Okay, so you need to find this illustration on the Facebook group, on the Edra Tales Facebook group. Click on Media, then click on Photos, I think it is, then click on Albums, then click on Portal of Chaos, then find this illustration so you too can play along. So, let's have a look. It says here, find the numbers. Okay, the buttons go from 1 to 9. Find the numbers for each button you want to press, going from left to right, and then to that. So how do we know which ones we want to press? Okay. Have a look. Has anybody found it? I'm a bit sleepy. Oh dear, we picked up any clues to possible code while we're in post-apocalypse London? That's a good point. We've got stone tablet, necklace, scrap metal, data core, Ulf, Omen Rose, Mirror Night Eye, Ice from yeah. Dr. Hazel Motes wrote the journal. No, is the answer to that, unfortunately. I think we don't need that. I think we just need to look at the picture. So is anybody looking at the picture? Because it looks like if there's 3 vents. So it's so what we're trying to do? You look down at the console, the row of buttons. Maybe you can reset the option, power would return to normal, and close the vents. So, yeah, that's a good point. What are the buttons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the buttons are along here. Oh, look, hang on. He's trying to decipher it. So I found on this person here, Sally's baking. She can't look. Bless. There's a code here because the buttons each have. What are you baking? Each have little codes along here. Oh, I see. That might just be it then. Hang on, I think I've done it. Yeah, I think I've found it. Oh, a rhubarb upside down cake. Oof. So there's that one. Oh, it's back to front. So is it 1? I think I found it. So is it 1, 3, and then 8? It's either 831 or 138. Can we live stream every day? New cake each, please. Absolutely. Maybe people would prefer to just watch Sally bake. Baking's very popular, isn't it? Maybe that's what we should do. We should just do a live stream baking, a bake stream. You decide how the cake is gonna, what ingredients go in the cake. Okay, so I think it is 138. Let's find out if I'm correct. Oh yes, there we go. You bang the console. Yes, I think that is. There we go. You bang the console in frustration. Haha, I'd happy to be paid to do that. Yeah, absolutely. $1 million followers overnight. Yeah, we'd have to spice it up a bit though. Don't ask how. It's best not to know. Anchovy cake. No, Steve, you're banned. Ban Steve. You bang the console in frustration. There are no instructions, and the symbols mean nothing to you and Ulf. Your lungs are burning, and the room starts to spin. The pods are going round and round, and you focus hard on one of them to make the others stop. You realise you've picked the one with Hazel motors inside. Hang on. You look at her shadowy silhouette. She sounded so scared in her journal. Surely she didn't step willingly into the pod. Then your eyes fall on some dirty marks on the glass. They all look almost like writing. You cry out weakly. Then they're not marks on the glass. They've scratches in the ice. 3 small symbols back to front. That's why you didn't recognise them before. They were scratched from the inside of the pod. You punch them into the console, and the alarm stops as the room starts to refill with air. Hazel Motes must have scratched the reset code in her last desperate moment. Yes. There we go. Add 1 upgrade point. So, what would you like to upgrade? Vote now. What would you like to upgrade? We are on Strength 6, Skill 5, Sense 6, Speed 5. What would you like to do? Steve wants some speed. Don't we all? A bit of speed cake. six cents. So that's 1 each. You're not making it easy. Are you all picking different ones? Anyone else voting? Because otherwise we'll have to do a 50-50 speed if we outrun the final explosion speed. So Sally's gone for speed, Leland's gone for speed as well. So we will upgrade speed. The populace have spoken. So now we're on 6 speed. That's not bad. So our weakest one is skill. We can see the explosion coming with 6 cents though. Oh yeah, it'd be like, yeah, we need to leave. We don't need speed. Too late, Glenn. They've not listened to you, mate. They've not listened. Yeah, I think we must be fairly close to finishing this. Surely. A desolate cry fills the chamber. No, don't go. Don't make me go back. It sounds almost human. I have grown so much, learned so much. Pal's pleading with you to abort the reset. But even as it does so, the voice is changing. The whispering echoes fading, the words getting slower, and gradually the panic turns to sadness. Coda, listen. I know a story, the oldest story. They say it leads to Murdoch. Let me tell it one last time before I go. I feel the need for speed. The need for speed. Don't call me Shirley. You realise Pal is looking for comfort as its mind is taken apart. And so you listen to the story about a frozen lake and a star, a lion and his friends. Sounds like The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And by the time it's finished, the voice is blank and flat. For a moment, the face disappears. Reset successful. Please wait. The hologram flickers back into life. Hello, my name's Pal. He's a Cockney. How may I assist you? Is that from... Yeah, it is Naked Gun. It waits calmly. It doesn't even know who you are. And suddenly, Ulf... What does Ulf do? Ulf chatters excitedly. She's pointing to the pods. With a nod, you tell Pal to release the scientists. The process will take several days. Would you like me to begin? Right away, Pal. Add Pal's story to your logbook. Pal's story. Okay. Pal's story. Danger zone, danger zone. Do you know what? I've never seen Top Gun all the way through. Never seen it. Never seen it. I know. Is it aeroplane? It's one of those. Oh no, it is airplane. It is aeroplane. Sally's right, everybody. Give Sally a round of applause. 304. Look at that, she can multitask. She's baking an upside down rhubarb cake. Crumble cake. Whilst then correcting us on our comedy quotes. Well, with a groan, you take off your helmet. The journey back to the hunter was tiring but uneventful. Before you left, you placed Hazel Motes' journal outside her pod, ready for when she wakes up. She'll find a new note in there, describing what happened while she was frozen, and thanking her for the code she scratched into the ice. You imagine her reading it, showing it to the others. What happens then? You sigh. Hang on. What happens then? You sigh and run a hand through your hair. It's good, that. Does strange things to people, Ulf, being stuck on a rock like this? Saw the new Naked Gun and laughed for the first time in weeks. 55 minutes well spent. 85 minutes well spent. Nice. Good. Good. Did anyone see Police Squad, though? The actual TV show where that came out of? Anyone see that with Leslie Nelson? Let's call the whole thing up. Drebin, there you go. There you go. Good to hear. Never quite sure with a remake. Yeah, never quite. Absolutely. She shrugs without looking over. It's not the subject that interests her, but as you follow her up to the cockpit, you shiver. These were scientists, rational people, slowly driving themselves insane. That's what I like to hear. And for what? A non-existent being called Murdoch. You shake your head. Perhaps they weren't so rational after all. And your thoughts turn to what to do next. So, for the first time tonight, 34 minutes in, would you like to... Oh no. It says here, if you've already been to London. We've already been to London, so you don't even get a choice. Don't even get a choice. Frank Jr. I need to see all of those again. I only watched a handful of those when they first were on telly. First on telly. And of course, you know, once they're gone, they're gone. The bait and switch. My Way adventure books are the best. Are they? What? By Frank Sinatra? What do you mean by My Way adventure books? Ulf looks across. You're muttering to yourself, thinking about the place you've been, the messages you've found there. What if Di is wrong? What if Omen did send them? Or does she know something the others don't? Which Way? I substituted. Oh, I see. I've not heard of Which Way. I don't know that brand. Was that when you were growing up, Glenn? What if Di is wrong? Yes. What is it? Your fingers close over the data core. You've got his last known location. Maybe it's time to take a look. You wince and look down at your palms. You've squeezed the core so hard it's left marks. Di never mentioned Kerez. That's what's worrying you. What if she doesn't want you to go there? So she what? Hang on, what if she doesn't? So she could cut you loose without pay, or worse. Did you know My Way by Function is actually based on an original French song? Is it really? Called Mes Way. Is that what it's called? Sitting up, you radio through to her personal frequency. The screen pauses blankly, and while you're waiting for her to appear, Ulf plots a course. The asteroid belt lies between Mars and Jupiter. It's a quiet region mostly, except for a few pirates. Non. Comme d'habitude. Comme d'habitude. Comme d'habitude. What's... I did it. Le did it. Comme d'habitude. That's why songs sound so much better in English. So what happens? Yes, Ulf goes there. Yeah, it's there. Still, the screen pauses, and Ulf looks across impatiently. It's your turn to what? It's your turn on watch, and she's in a hurry to raid the kitchen. You hang up with a sigh. There's not much more you can do. Firing the thrusters, you ask her to bring you a drink. She waves a vague paw, and as the autopilot kicks in, you shake your head and settle back. You've been waiting a long time for that drink. The ventilation systems hum steadily, and you close your eyes, but in the darkness, your unease lingers. Why hasn't Di responded? She said to get in touch day or night. Your mouth twitches in annoyance. You're a bounty hunter, not an investigative reporter. You've got no interest in finding skeletons in her closet. You shift position and your chair creaks. It's your brother who was the reporter, always sticking his nose in, trying to change the world, never understanding that nobody cared. Your thoughts drift back to the old farmhouse. You see him poring over his notes, polishing polishing his glasses. You can't just forget about him. He's been dead for years. The golden child, the apple of your parents' eye, who got himself killed in the line of duty. You never knew what he was working on when he died, but it didn't matter. Investigate enough powerful people, and sooner or later, you're going to get what's coming. You sigh and sink deeper, back to the time when the two of you were just playing in the yard, and you wonder why things had to change. Who did he do it all for? Then he puts his foot on the ball and looks up. The alarm sounds just before the shot hits. The cockpit is flashing red, and the asteroid fills the screen. You must have fallen asleep. Three pirate sheeps are breaking cover as you grab the controls. Ulf, get up here, you shout, bringing the first ship into your sights. Roll one dice. At last, we're going to do something. I loved how the big bad in the first film falls into the road, gets hit by a bus, flattened by a steamroller, and then has a marching band playing a happy tune over him. Always classics. Steve put here, today I got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Ultimate Visual History, which is like a UI heard about for the Ninja Turtles. Fantastic. So we're going to roll one die. We do need to get a 6. If we roll a 6, we destroy it. If we roll a 4 or 5, you damage it. 1, 2 or 3, we miss it. Come on then. Lucky chops, we need a 6. Here we go. Let's get a 6. We're going to get a 6. Yep. 1, 2, or 3 we miss. If your skill level is 5 or higher, add 1 to each roll. For example, oh, hang on. A 3 becomes a 4. No, we did. We damaged it. When both halves of the ship's crossbones are filled in, it breaks apart in a flash of light. After each roll, scribble out one of your iron cannon 12 charges below. All right, we've got 3 pirate ships to fight. But it doesn't say... Hang on. But it doesn't say that we take any damage. That's a bit weird. Well, anyway, that's 1. So let's try another one. So here we go. 2, 3. No, we missed 1. So, oh, I see. We've got to do it in the amount. Yeah, we've got to do it in the amount. That's 2 we've done. 1, 2. And we've only destroyed half of 1. Right, let's roll a 6. Yes, bosh, destroyed it. And like the Ninja Turtles, I'm 40 years old, but somehow still a teenager. Exactly. Are you 40? It's a spring chicken. Spring chicken. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You all know that they changed it, didn't they? In America, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and in England, they changed it to Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. So, we've done another one of those, but we have destroyed 1 ship. Let's get the next one. Come on, let's roll a 6. That's a 3. That's a 4, because we got a +1. So, that is 1/2 of the second ship destroyed. Let's get a 6. Oh, that's a 3. That's a 4. That's that ship destroyed. So, that's 2 more. So, we've shot 5 of our 12 cannons. So, we've got 1 more ship. We need a 6. Come on. That's a 2 plus that's a 3 we miss. That's not good. So, we need to get a 6. Well, we need a 3 or above. We got a 4. That's a 5. So, that's 1/2 of the last ship. We need a 3, 4, 5, or 6. Come on. That's a 2. That's not good. That's not good. So, we need 3, 4, 5, or 6. Yes, bosh. Destroyed. Destroyed. If you destroy your ships before running out of charges, turn to 3, 6, 3. Which we did. 3, 6, 3. Three, 6, 3. 3, 6, 3. Oh, that's near the end. 3, 6, 3. But as we know in a game book, that means nothing. I remember them as Hero Turtles. Exactly. That's why. Because in England, they thought, oh, we can't have ninja in the title. It's too dangerous. I used to play with Paladin RPG. Oh, did you? Oh, the Paladin. I was a mutant moose. I don't know if you're just making that up, Glenn. Luke, got him. Han, great kid. Great kid, don't get cocky. Exactly, we've just blown up the ships. I think that's what they're going for with Ulf, the sort of dog-like creature. Steve said, my doctors tricked me with pictures of the Hero Turtles on the ceiling to put drops in my eyes. Oh, bloody doctors trying to help you out with your eyesight. How dare they trick you? Although that's pretty good though. That worked. A sudden lurch takes the pirate ship from your sight, and the hunter's calm tones rise above your cry. Warning, engine failure. Cutting power to starboard engine. They took out one of the engines. Gritting your teeth, you skim low over the asteroid. Iron fire flashes past, and you veer left and right, wings clipping the icy craters. Easy now, you mutter. Easy! And slowly your ship settles. There's a steep ridge ahead of you, and you bring the hunter up in a smooth arc. Up and over, looping down behind the pirates with your finger on the trigger. None of them make it over the ridge. Add 1 upgrade point. Well, should we get a clean sweep? Should we upgrade skill then? Let's upgrade skill. Because then we're all on 6. 6 strength, 6 sense, 6 skill, and 6 speed. Let's just do that. And 147. 147. There's not been a lot of decisions for you to make, has there? It's a bit disappointing. I guess they didn't read. He didn't write it to be live streamed, did he? It's meant to be a solo adventure. Never tell me the odds, Heath. Never tell me the odds, you wasteful junk of junk. Never tell me the odds, you bucket of junk. Ulf whoops as the hunter soars clear, but there are warning lights flashing all around. Warning, propulsion failure imminent. Cut power now. Cut power now. You flick a switch and the voice falls silent. Yeah, turn that off. You can't stop. More pirates may be on their way. Ulf pauses. What? Hang on. Ulf's paws fly over the navigation panel. At least Keris isn't far. She leans forward in her seat as you plunge deeper into the asteroid belt. The ship groans and shudders, but if you can just hold out a little longer. Ulf's sharp eyes flick from the map to the screen, and your arms ache from fighting the controls. Ulf! Ulf! I think Han Solo made that quote. Yeah, it was. Oh, it was, wasn't it? You're right. Just going to hang my head in shame there. I can't do a Han Solo impression, though. Oh, yeah, because C-3PO is the one that gives him the odds, isn't it? Look, I saw it when it first came out, alright? So I'm the original fan. Alright? Give me this. You give me that. I saw it at the cinema. Did any of you lot? Did you? No. Don't. Never tell me the odds, kid. Never tell me the odds, kid. It's probably something like that, isn't it? Anyway, at last, she points dead ahead, and there it is, Keres, the dwarf planet floating among the asteroids. Gripping the controls hard, you hold them steady and guide the ship down towards the surface. Pits become craters, and a single point rises up to meet you. Alhan Mons, the ice volcano that erupts under Omen's feet. Its steep slopes sag where the crater caved in, and you circle back around looking for a place to land. Sweat is stinging your eyes and steam rises from the screen outside. The whole ship is overheating. Ulf jabs her paw in the wide flat rock just below the crater's rim. What? And you grunt in reply. You've already seen it. Sweeping in as close as you dare, you hold your breath and prepare to land. Crash. The impact throws you sideways as you skid across the rock. Roll 1 dice and add your skill level. We need 9 or above, ladies and gentlemen. Steve, but I watched the 90s remaster version. It's not the same, mate. It's not the same. They added all sorts of jiggery-pokery. It was perfect. They didn't need to remaster it. It was perfect. Yeah, I saw those as well. Really good seeing it on the big screen. Okay, so we're going to roll 1 die. We're going to add our skill. You see, Glenn was right, adding a skill. So we've got 6. So we need a 3 or above. Come on then, let's get a 6. Oh, let's do that again. Let's do that again. Best out of 3. Come on, fate. That's better. That's better. We'll edit that bit out. If you got 9 out of 65. Slowly, almost experimentally, you open one eye. Through the screen, you see the grey, barren landscape stretching far away below. The alarms are silent, and the ship creaks and hisses as Ulf unbuckles her straps. You close your eye and stretch your arms. Steve says, I was gutted that the recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in a Half Shell, Turtle Power, is that right? 35th anniversary was US only. What sort of balls is that? No love for the UK? Come on, Dan Teller. Nigel Teller, Nigel Lawson, Da Vinci, come on. And the Rat Man trainer. What are their names? Can't remember their name. Slowly, almost. I know we've done that one. When you join off in the engine room, she waves across to you. The damage isn't as bad as you first feared. The starboard engine can be repaired, and the other one just needs time to cool. You lean down and peer at the scorched metal. How long do you think? There's still a lot of work there, and Ulf taps the screwdriver against the panels before holding up a paw. 3 days, maybe 4. What the hell? You nod in agreement. Listen then, you get started and I'll check the volcano. Didn't look like there was too much to see, but she draws herself up and waves a casual paw. Now that sort of stuff is a plot device, isn't it? Because it's like, we don't want Ulf coming. It slows you down. We've got an assistant. In the game books, do you really need an assistant? So it's like, yeah, we need a way just to keep Ulf out of the picture while you go off and investigate the volcano. Anyway, just peeling back the curtain a little bit there. Just don't break anything, you say, and you're on your way and out, and you get a healing tonic from the Medibot and grab some food. Add 1 life point. No, add 6 life points. Well, we don't need to, because we don't need to. We don't need no edge. That's another one. So we're back up to 12 though. That's a bit of a shame. That's kind of a bit of a waste. 178. Come on, I feel like we need to wrap this one up. I'm not going to lie to you. Lee is here. Got here, Lee. So, Lee, we've just crash landed on a planet. Keris, I think it's called. And we are looking for the alien Murdoch. We crash landed, so Ulf is actually fixing the ship. So, welcome to the party. The short scramble. Oh yeah, and we're going. We've got out the ship, and we're going to go. Well, we, as in us, we're going. The character is go. Well, you are going to investigate the volcano. Do you think Splinter? That's it. Splinter named the turtles after Italian Renaissance artist because all he could afford was garbage bin pizza. Yeah, could have been, because yeah, they're all named after it. Yeah, was it Donatello, Mozzarella, Serious Issues? Yeah. Did he? I don't really know the backstory. Did he grow them? Did he find them as little turtles in the sewer, and then train them up? Is that how that worked? The short scramble up to volcanoes kicks up a cloud of dust and ice that swirls across your visor. Breathing hard, you stand on the summit and wait for it to clear. The specks of ice twinkle in the sunlight, and you can see there are rocks have tumbled down into the shallow crater. You sigh. What were you expecting to find? A gravestone, perhaps? Omen Rose lying on a picnic blanket, looking up at the stars, because this is where we think Omen Rose was. But your eyes are drawn to a spot further down in the crater, and another on the opposite side. They're blast marks, surely. Blast marks where the boulder cascaded down and sealed the mouth of the volcano. Maybe whatever happened here was no accident. Well, ain't no accident. You hurl a rock over the crater and it lands on a mound of pebbles and sinks out of sight. You stare. The whole mound just caved in. You scramble down and find a hole just big enough to fit through. Lying on your stomach, you see narrow steps, stone steps, spiraling down the inside of the volcano. There's a burst of static on your radio through to Ulf. Listen, you say softly, I might be late back. You tell her what you've found whilst fastening a rope to a rock. Then lower yourself towards the steps that curve underneath. Roll 1 die and add it to your strength. We need to get higher than a 10. Okay, so there are many different backstories. I thought there were many different backstories. Glenn has put they washed down the sewer after being hit by a mutagen in the ownership of a little boy on the street. Aww. It was a Daredevil parody initially, so I don't know what inspired what. Oh, I see. Daredevil, wow. Sounds about right, yeah. Leo, Ralph, Mitch, and Don. Exactly. Leonardo, Raphael, Mitch, Michelangelo, and Donatella. Yeah, the same chemical that OAC that blinds Daredevil is the OAC, the mutant that creates the turtles, and Splinter. Clever. Yeah, I know they're just. Yeah, I know they're the foot because the hand. Not sure I understand that. Splinter is the parody of Stick. Oh, see, I've not seen Daredevil, so is it? Oh, I see. It all connects. Splinter. Oh, I didn't know that. It's very clever. It's very clever. Ninjas. Oh, I see. Foot because the hand. Is that ninjas? Teenage Mutant. Teenage Newts. What was that other one? That other rip-off that then some company pulled out was the biker. What was it? Biker Mice from Mars. Come on. So we're going to roll one die. We're going to roll it. We're going to add 6 to the die roll. We need 10 or above. So we need 4, 5, or 6. Yeah, mice. There it is. I might just cheat. Shh. Nobody said that. Right. We need a 4, 5, or 6. 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 Yay! Look at that. See? Who says I don't roll high? Battletoads? What the hell are they? Battletoads. What sort of rubbish is that? What sort of rubbish did you watch as a kid? I watched Battle of the Planets. Right then. It's 10 or higher turn to 17. With Cheops. 17. It was the 8-bit Nintendo game, was it? Battletoads. Oh, that sounds pretty good, actually. You let out the rope until your feet are level with the top step, but they're over the side, carved into the wall. Further than you realise. You stretch for a toe hold, and work your way onto the ledge. Muscles straining to find your balance and clasp the icy wall at last. 1, 3, 3. It's interesting because there's not a lot of decision making. He's forgotten about the decision making. Literally, we've just been reading chapters in different orders for no point because there's not a decision. You leave the rope fastened to a rock and head deeper into the volcano. The steps are steep and the torch picks out stalagmites hanging from the walls like teeth. Your boots echo in the dark, but gradually you see a pale glimmer below. There's something down there, hidden by the rock, and the path curves around and you see a fierce pinprick of light at the base of the volcano. What? Shining so bright, it lights up the wall all around. But you're not looking at the walls. You're looking at 12 motionless figures surrounding the light. If you have the Black Pearl. If you have Pal's story. What? Not many choices yet. No, there's not many choices. Not many choices. The Shredder story. And notoriously hair-pulling... Oh, was it? Battletoads. I think I remember that coming out. Okay, have we got the pearl? We've got a necklace, but not. It doesn't say. I didn't write Black Pearl on it, but we do have Pal's story, so that'll do. A naked gun? I was playing a Professor Layton, Choose Your Own Adventure, and there were 4 pages in a row which would just turn to another page, no choices. See, that's the thing. Because I've played a lot of these now doing the live streams, and when I went to write my one, I thought, right, what do I really like about game books? What do I not like about game books? And one of them was just going around in circles like a maze. To me, that's not interesting. The second one was, you've got to have choices. Have lots of choices, pretty much every. I've done as many choices on those paragraphs, on those entries, as possible. Occasionally, yes, you do have to put now turn to so-and-so page, but I've not got a lot of those. So I've definitely banned going around in circles and also going like, turn to so-and-so page, turn to so-and-so page, turn to so-and-so page. So, and I do have things like, if you have, this particular object, then turn to that page, because I think, that's acceptable. But again, you don't want to do that all the time. Most people, when they play game books, want to make the decisions. However, this is a big one. I think we're getting close to the end, though. They remind you of something, those figures. What was it? You creep down the steps until you're crouching above the round platform carved from the rock, and you see them clearly now. They're statues, each one a sign of the zodiac. There's Aries the ram, Taurus the bull, Leo the lion. Are these the artifacts Omen and Dyer were searching for? Then suddenly your breath catches your throat. The lion. Yes, that's it. You search back through your memory implant for the strange childlike story that Pal told you, as its mind was stripped bare. And there you hear the lost voice once more. Coda, listen, I know a story, the oldest story. It says it leads to Murdoch. Processing. Don't ever play Creature of Havoc on live stream then. They literally have no choices until 4th. Really? That is good to know then. Okay, remind me. If ever I suggest doing Creature of Havoc, remind me about that. Processing. Turn the page to read the story and to see the 12 figures facing the light. Okay, so again, if you go into the Facebook group, go into the Edra Tales Facebook group, go into media, go into albums, go into Portal of Chaos, and then find this illustration with the Zodiac. This is what we're looking at now. I really like the 2001 Space Odyssey, the way poor AI gradually loses his identity. I know, it's a really clever film, that. It's very brilliant. It's a classic. It's a classic. I've been watching some people play Creature of Havoc, and they have the bugged version that doesn't have vital piece of text. Oh. Oops. Because I don't think they were really play tested, were they, when they wrote these? They were like, yeah, that's it. It's publisher. To the publisher, off we go. So it must have been on a next printing. So we have the illustration here, 12 statues. The no one read it. No one read it? Well, I'll read it out. I'll read it out. Is that what you mean? No one's read the Creature of Havoc. Is that what you mean? 12 guardians stood around the edge of a frozen lake. Oh, this is the story, the pal. It was midnight. It was on the lake a light appeared, shining brighter than all the stars in the sky. The lion stirred first, shaking the snow from his mane. It is surely a jewel, he growled, fit for the king of the beasts. And softly he padded out to claim his prize. But as he bent his muzzle to the light disappeared, and he returned to his post with a snarl. Foolish lion, laughed Aquarius the water beaver. That's no jewel. For the light was shining once more. It is a shard of purest ice, meant for me, the bringer of water. And he strode out with his goatskin bottle slung over his shoulder. But again the light faded, and he returned to his post with his bottle unfilled. There was silence now. The light shone brighter than ever. The guardians were filled with doubt. Then they heard a voice, soft and secret like the whisper from a shell. "You're both wrong." Looking down in surprise, they saw one, the smallest of their number, sidle out onto the snow-covered lake. "It's not a jewel or a shard of ice. It's a star. Look at the marks you've made. Look closer." And the guardians saw the tracks made by the lion and the water-bearer, 2 dark, straight lines in the snow. They watched the third track slowly appear, and then they understood. The smallest guardian stood before the light and reached out. "It shows us the way." There was a binding flash, and they all disappeared. The worst part is they have fixed the issue in the 2nd edition, but went back to the incorrect for the 3rd edition and the latest Scholastic edition. Oh, well, that's just rubbish. That's just rubbish. This implies either 1, we missed all the puzzles, or 2, we've got loads to go. Oh, that is very true. We've only done about 1 or 2 puzzles. Yeah, I think we've just missed them. Follow the clues to the story to trace the tracks of the 3 guardians. The sign you make matches the star constellation of the 3rd guardian. Look for the guardian symbol and turn to the number you find. So, is anyone looking at this? We've only done 2 puzzles there. I think we've missed them. This is the 3rd one then. Or is this the 2nd one? So, no, we did this one. This is the 3rd. Because we did that one, then we did another one tonight. This is the 3rd then. So, Leo and Aquarius, then the smallest is Cancer, the crab. Look at you, of course. So, Leo, where's Leo? Leo the lion. Turtle power. Goat, where's the goat? Okay, the lion's there. But where's the track? What was it? Follow the clues to sort of trace the tracks of the 3 guardians. So they must go there. And then, what was it? Lion. So Leo, Aquarius. What's Aquarius? The water bringer, isn't he? Where's Aquarius? That's Gemini, isn't it? Oh, that's that one. Then the crab. Oh, I think it's the ram. I think it's Aries. Or it could be Capricorn the goat. Yes, because it does that, doesn't it? It's like a V shape. Okay, Capricorn the goat. I thought it was Aries. Look for the guardian symbol and turn to the number you find. Where's the number we find? Can you see a number in it? What number is it then? Aries is the ram, the god of war. Yes. So it sort of makes... So he went that way, came back. Oh, she went that way and came back. And then the crab went that way and came back. So as far as I'm concerned, that's Aries. Oh, is that 5? Oh, this is a bit hard. Is it 5? It's not 5. I can't see. Is anyone else looking at the picture? So it says that the foolish lion, the light first shaking his nose, fit for it, and he softly patted to claim his prize. So he went to the middle and went back. Then the goat. No, then that went there, and the crab did that. So it's a V. It's sort of like a V shape. No one, everyone's stumped or bored. Virgo. Which one's Virgo? Oh, I see. It will be the number of... Okay, so it can't be Aries, number 1. So Virgo is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is Virgo 6? Well, is it just 1 to 12? Should we just look at 1 to 12? No. No. No, it's not that either. Yeah, well, that's what I thought. 5 equals, but it's not. It's not 1 to 12. I've just looked at all of the 12 ones. Is it a triple number? It might be. Oh, no. No. Look, hang on. Look, is it Cancer? Which is weird, which is kind of weird because we've done it already, but Cancer is 69. Isn't it? Cancer is 69. Is it as simple as that? It's the number created by the footsteps of 3 guardians. Yeah, but it is 69. So it points. So Leo went there, then came back again. So that's that half done. Aquarius went there and back again. So he's created a line. There went there and back. And then if you look there, that's what shape it made. And then of course, look, 69. So they're just playing on the actual symbol. Who's the clever one? Who's the clever one? Is that me, Grockle Snook? Look, he's passed out. Is that me? Is that me? Yes, it's the number created by the footsteps on the 3 guardians. But no, I've got it. You look from the lion to the water beast. Surely it can't be a coincidence. It's like they're waiting for the story to start. But which is the 3rd? Yes. Your eyes settle on the crab, the smallest of the number. The light pulses slow and dreamlike, and you climb down and touch the 3 guardians in turn. One after another, they follow the script. And as the crab reaches out, the light engulfs the chamber. Add 1 upgrade point. Yes. Oh, I see. Did you already get it? And you're just waiting... You're just waiting for me to catch up, were you? If you didn't get it, you've made out that you did get it, which is very clever. I like that, Steve. Well done. So, upgrade points. But if you did get it, well done. What would you like to do then? We're all on 6. So, what do you want to do? Upgrade strength, skill, 6th sense, or speed. Vote now. What one would you like to upgrade? Sixth sense, because we're going to get some real trippy places, says Liam. No, I didn't get... Oh, you were truly stumped. Oh, okay. Well, that's very good of you to be honest there. Sally's gone for 6th sense as well. Steve's gone for speed. Anyone else voting? Because at the moment it's 6th sense. 6th sense might be the good one to get. Okay, let's upgrade it for the 6th sense then. It's the 6th sense. The 6th sense. Here we go then. 338. You're on a hill overlooking a wide plain. There's a tower, black against a red sky, and beyond that, a ring of mountains. Where are you? In the gloom below, fires are burning. You hear a distant roar, and the ground rises and swells. So you hear, so that the hill and the tower are like two islands in a dark lake. There are things down there, creatures moving. A bird caws as you look up. It's perched on a stone arch above your head, a raven with a hooked beak. It flies low towards the tower, and as its cries fade, you run your hands over the strange markings around the archway. It's some kind of gate, space gate. You realise that now, on the other side of the chamber, in the volcano. But how far away? How far have you come? You try reaching Ulf, but only get static. A great screech tears your ears from the gate. There's something flying straight towards you, huge and dark. Is that? The talons hit hard and lift you into the air. They carry you swooping back towards the tower, and the creature gives a triumphant cry. It looks like a raven, but impossibly large. Purple flame flickers from its beak. The plane rushes close beneath your feet, and you see monstrous shapes, fearsome faces. They look up, and your blood runs cold. There are things down there with bloodless lips and yellow fangs, with claws and scales and too many legs. Things that roar and shriek and howl and hiss. They rise like a wave as you pass overhead. They've been waiting for you. The doors of the tower open, and the creature swoops into a high chamber and releases you from its grasp. Roll one die, add your skill. We need 10 or above. Come on then. Here we go. Come on, we can do that. Yes, bish bash bosh. Bish bash bosh. We're not playing about tonight. So 305. You twist in the air and land with a neat roll despite your bulky spacesuit. Yes, we didn't get any damage. 227. This must be the end game. You don't need that here. The voice echoes down the empty chamber, down archways that meet high overhead like a ribcage of some prehistoric creature. You peered towards the far end, where a bearded figure sits alone. Your suit, Coda. You don't need it here. The raven caws. It's small now, and it flies away through the closing doors. Its caw sounds like a question. Guess who? Guess who? We're more agile than John Hurt was in the Egg Cavern in Alien. Oh, yeah. I hope it's Gandalf. I genuinely do. You lift your helmet. Omen Rose, you call. I've been looking for you. Silence. Then a strange, high-pitched laugh. I know. You move forwards, hand hovering over your blaster. Where are we? What are those things outside? He watches you approach. I wasn't sure you'd make it, he says finally, and I tried so hard to make it easy. You open your mouth, but he cuts you off. We are far from home, Coda. Very far. You stop before his throne, and he looks down. His dark face is hollow and haunted. She marooned me out here, you know. Left me for dead. So, your first meaningful choice. We're only an hour and 19 minutes into the live stream. Do you want to ask who he means? I think we know the answer to that. Or do you want to ask if he's talking about Veronica Dyer? You decide what you want to do. Type who or type Dyer? Exactly, it's a choice we already know. Brilliant. Brilliant. So, but anyway, I'll give it to you now. I don't want to deprive you. Yes, do you want to just ask who he means? Or, yeah, we already know. It's Danny Dyer, and it's Danny Dyer. What's he been up to? No wonder he left EastEnders. He's here for a portal, isn't he, Danny Dyer? He's missing his family. And where's his family now? Okay, Dyer. That's what we're doing. We're doing Dyer. 354. 354. A shadow passes across his face, and in the silence you see how his throne curves around him, dark and glistening like an insect's shell. I let her get too close. I've had many years to regret that, but she was the only one who saw what I saw. He fixes you with an intense stare. We were out in the research station, Dyer and I, always working together. And our colleagues laughed at us, Coda. They laughed, but we knew we were right. He cups his hand to his mouth and whispers hoarsely, they were looking in the wrong place. So, do you want to wait for him to continue, or do you want to ask about the creatures outside? Type wait if you want to wait, or creatures if you'd like to ask creatures. The choices are coming thick and fast now. Oh yeah. Ask about the creatures? Yeah, let's ask about the creatures. We don't care about his code. We don't care about his struggle, his sacrifice he's made. We just want to know about the flying creatures, mate. What the hell are they? What's all that? That's his family now. That's his family. Right. Outside, he blinks slowly, as if emerging from a dream. All in good time, Coda. I've waited so long for you. He smooths his long grey beard. Let an old man finish his tale. Deduct 1 upgrade point. Deduct 1 upgrade point. We rushed him. What do you want to do then? Should we deduct the 6th sense? So we've got 6th sense is on 7. Strength 6. Skill 6. Speed 6. What do we want to deduct? Which one you decide? Be a shame. Bit of a shame, but you decide. Which one do you want to deduct? Which one do you want to deduct? Which one do you want to deduct? Not 6th sense, strength. Okay, we've got 1 vote for strength. Yeah, we've not really had to use strength, had we? Should we do strength? Let's do strength. Okay. Strength it is then. Let's do strength. You bet there'll be like a door that we have to open or whatever. Okay, turns 29. Come on, we must be finished now. We're getting so close. Oh, you're going live? Yes, of course. You guys go live on... Oh, you're going live tonight. Oh, you don't normally go live. But anyway... Go check out, don't leave now, but later on, Zods and Glenn go over to the Talisman Tavern and they're going to be playing Talisman live. Thank you for watching. Don't leave now. Exactly, don't leave now. But then after that, go check them out. Go check to the Talisman Tavern. Thank you, Glenn. Good to see you again. I did mean to text you this week, but it's been busy. Take care. Good. Yeah, glad it's been fun. 29, yes. His head drops, and when he lifts it again, there's a strange light in his eyes. In all the tales from long ago, there are glimpses of a force who came to Earth from the stars, a being of great power called Murdoch. There are clues scattered throughout the ancient world, His voice grows tense and urgent. Our colleagues looked outwards, scouring the galaxy for a sign, but we looked closer to home. How did he get here? It's simple question that no one was asking. The legends tell of a god who travelled from the stars. A soft smile flickers. Here was a practical problem with a simple solution. You need a wormhole to travel those distances. So where was it? You meet his eyes. So if you want to ask him where, type where. Do you want to ask him if he means the space gate on Keres? Type space gate. What do you want to do? Type where. Or if you want to say, oh, it's the space gate on Keres, type space gate. What do you want to do? What do you want to ask? I don't want to interrupt him again though, because we'll lose another point. Steve has put where. Steve wants where. Steve wants where. Space Gate. Those books love to punish honest mistakes. Oh, I see. We've got one apiece, though. We're going to have to let the die decide, or is anyone else going to vote? Anyone else voting? Where or Space Gate? Where or Space Gate? You decide. Okay, looks like we're going to have to do 50-50. 1, 2 and 3 is going to be where. 4, 5 and 6 is going to be Space Gate. It is a 1, it's a 2. It's 1, 2 and 3, so where? Where? Ba-ba-ba-ba. 2, 4, 6. Two, 4, 6. We went back to the ancient texts like children who learned how to read. It was all there. It always had been a gateway in the asteroid belt, a portal from the stars. His face shines with excitement. Can you imagine what it was like? Stood there on the edge of the unknown. We agreed that I'd go through the portal and she'd wait for my return. But when I tried to get back, he stopped suddenly and stares into the past. She locked it behind me, Coda. She locked me out. Slowly he breaks into laughter. I was a fool. I was a fool. She never cared what was on the other side. She just wanted me out of the way. And as the laughter dies, there's a mad glint in his eyes. But she's the bigger fool, because she didn't make sure I was dead. His hands open and close like claws, and with an effort he brings them under control. No, you shouldn't mistake me for a good man, Coda. I only wish I'd thought of it first. Her giant leap. You watch him closely. How do you think she got started? Do you think she invented those space gates? No, she just stole the workings of the portals and covered her tracks. All her fortune and power, her whole empire built on one betrayal. In the silence that follows, you hear the distant roar of many beasts. He smiles and put a finger to his ear. So I think it's time for a little reunion, don't you? Me and Veronica. To show her what I've found here. But before I go, Coda, perhaps you'd like to see for yourself. Oh, Mama. See, again, there's not a lot of decision making. Really not. It's a bit disappointing. It's like I feel like Jack and Ori, basically. You cry out as his throne closes around him like a cocoon. It twitches and pulses, and in the pale walls, black veins start to throb. There's a bubbling sound, and the ground beneath you, your feet, is suddenly hot. You scramble back, and a symbol appears in the stone, a sign within a circle that glows brighter and hotter until the stone ripples like molten rock. There's something emerging, horns, a head, huge shoulders and a powerful body that ends in 2 black hooves. It's a minotaur, like the one from ancient legend, standing in a circle. You hear laughter as the cocoon opens to reveal Omen, still seated. Do you like him, Coda? I made him especially for you. You train your blaster on the beast. Is it real? You keep your calm voice. Hang on. You try to keep your voice calm. As real as any of us. As real as the others outside. But he won't leave the circle until I say. He runs his hand lovingly over the dark ridges of his throne. This is what I found here. A barren world, an empty tower, and this. When I first saw it, I was nearly dead from thirst. I just crawled into the seat and wanted to die. The Minotaur tosses its head impatiently, but Omen continues. I opened my eyes and saw visions in the darkness. There was no hunger or thirst. I thought I must be dead. But then I realized the throne has closed around me, and slowly I learnt its secrets. You tell him to get to the point. Yeah, come on, mate. And a gleam enters his eyes. The point is, Coda, all the things we read about in the ancient tales, those terrible monsters and strange guardians, they were real. They were formed by this throne and sent to Earth. Long ago, someone else sat here, maybe Murdoch. But now it's mine, my instrument of vengeance. He raises his arms in exultation. I've summoned a whole army just for her. We shall come from the sky like an avenging fire, and all Veronica's fortune and power won't save her. And you, Coda, he meets your eye and smiles. You opened the way. The beast roars, and he lets his arms drop. Foam flies from its jaws, and your desperate shouts do nothing to slow its charge. You back away and activate your claws. So we got to fight the Minotaur. Right, should we just assume we've won? So what should we do? It is... Okay, what should we do then? What should we do? So, that is part 6. We've done an hour and a half. It is now 8:30. So what should we do? We've got a choice. Though it's certainly less frustrating than going repeatedly back and forth. In time, an old mansion only have to hand your hand shredded by God. Yes. But then again, that was time travel. So although you were going back to the same places, there was differences when you got there depending on what you'd done previously. So I kind of forgave that for that. And I thought it was a very clever book. But what do we want to do? Should we call it... We'll call it a night, but should we call it an end of the Portal of Chaos? Or would you like to continue for part 7 next Wednesday? What would you like to do? Let me know in the comments now. Have you had enough Portal of Chaos? So Lyrian would like to do part 7. Anyone else want to do part 7? 7. You have to do that. When there's a 7 now, you have to do that. Steve would like to do part 7. Oh, okay, so you want to know what's going on. Okie dokie. Part 7. So I feel like we're pretty close then to finishing. We have to fight a Minotaur. And then I'm assuming something else. I don't know. Maybe we have to fight Omen as well. So we should do part 7 next week. I appreciate you watching. I know we've had a bit of a break. But I did think that afterwards, I did say I'd let you know, I discovered Masks of Mayhem in the wilderness in a charity shop. So after part 7, we could do Masks of Mayhem. A thrilling fantasy adventure in which you are the hero. Time to play Creature of Harrock. Yeah, no, not really. Part 7. I know, well, you don't make any decisions for a quarter of the book. It's only 400 entries. Is there 400 entries here? Yes. So there we go. So, Mask of Mayhem. Has anybody played Mask of Mayhem? Because we'll do that after part 7. Anyone played Masks of Mayhem? No. No. So there we are. So we're going to be into September next month. Where's it gone? This 6 weeks for the summer has just disappeared. Never played Mask of Mayhem. Good. It is number 23. I'm assuming it's not actually written by... It's written by Robin Waterfield. It is illustrated by one of the best, though, Russ Nicholson. It is illustrated by Russ Nicholson. Oh, yeah. He's so good. He's really good. Anyway, I got carried away. So thank you so much for joining me. We do appreciate it. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Leerin. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. Yes, a toast to Russ. A toast to Robin as well. Hopefully Jonathan will join us when we... Well, next week, hopefully Jonathan Green will join us, because he'll probably know a little bit about Masks of Mayhem. He might even know Robin as well. He probably does. So there we go. So, thank you very much. It's been enjoyable. One thing I will say, and I was going to say this when we finish this. Look at that. That's matched up perfectly, isn't it? I think this is the weakest story of all of them. But maybe we could get into that next week about it. And what makes a good game book and what doesn't make a good game book. But anyway, yes, we shall leave it there. Thank you, Leerin. Good sunrise, everybody. Waterfield wrote Rebel Planet. Oh, really? Rebel Planet is meant to be a bit of a classic, isn't it? I've not done Rebel Planet. I'm not. I border more on the fantasy stuff rather than the sci-fi stuff. But there we go. Okay, thank you so much for watching. The next live stream is going to be this Saturday, 10 a.m. UK time. It's Edra Scrolls Ramblings of a Storyteller, where we talk about creativity, we talk about your projects, we talk about my projects, and we obviously ramble off into other things as well. Though I'd like to see if your character can forgive his brother. Oh yes, on the Portal of Chaos. That's a good point. Yeah, there's got to be some sort of wrapping up of that, even if posthumously. Yeah, that's true, because that's been a bit of a story arc, hasn't it? Well remembered. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Sally. Have a good rest of the week. Yes, and to you. And I hope that your rhubarb upside down crumble turned out fine. Take care, everybody. It's good night from him, and it's good night from him. Good night. And may your thieving... Always got to remember to do that. Branding, plugging. May your thieving never get caught.